Hi, welcome to Science Central. My name is Megan, and today we're going to be talking about dry ice. Now, normally when we hear the word ice, we think about water ice, or frozen water. But dry ice is something special. It is frozen carbon dioxide. To make carbon dioxide be frozen ice, we have to make it cold enough, which can only be done in a lab here on Earth. You have to make it negative 109.4 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 78 degrees Celsius. Now, I have some chunks here of dry ice, and we're going to take a look at these before we get started on our experiment. If you look really closely, you can see that there are white clouds forming around this dry ice. That's because dry ice is so cold, it can condense the water vapor and the air around it, making small clouds. Dry ice does something else really cool. And unlike water ice, where it goes from ice, which is a solid, to a liquid, to a gas when we add heat, dry ice goes immediately from a solid to a gas as soon as heat is applied. And we're going to take a closer look at that. For this experiment, you can do it at home, but you are going to need some materials. Most importantly, your safety equipment. You can see I already have my gloves and goggles on. Next, you will need a plastic container with a hose attached, some bubble solution, and some warm water. And of course, your dry ice. The first step that you need to do is add that warm water into your plastic tub. When you finish with that, you are going to add your dry ice. Before we get too much further, if you take a look here inside my plastic container, you can see that there are bubbles forming from the dry ice. That is the sublimation. It's so cold that when it's being warmed up by this warm water, it's going from a solid to a gas, and we can see that gas in this nice thick cloud that's forming on top of the water. Now, to make bubbles with dry ice and carbon dioxide, you need to add your cap to the top of your plastic jar, and you should get a nice stream of carbon dioxide coming out the end of that hose. Next, you can take that end of that hose, put it into your bubble solution, and you can blow a nice cloudy bubble. You can use the cap to adjust how fast that bubble blows up or how slowly it does. You can also just stick it into your bubble solution, tighten that cap, and get a nice foam being built. Thank you so much for joining me for my experiment today. I hope that you had fun.